an astonishing display from him in the White House today. Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader inside the Oval Office. In his meeting with President Ramaphosa, Trump peddled unsubstantiated claims of genocide in South Africa of white South Africans, a group that ruled during apartheid in South Africa.
We take from many locations if we feel there's persecution or genocide going on.
Why did a simple photo op between Trump, Elon Musk, and President Ramaphosa turn into a global drama over white genocide? What did Trump say that left the room in shock? And why did Musk just sit silently? The stakes of this moment are much higher than anyone imagined. Let's uncover the untold story behind that meeting. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. What began as an ordinary diplomatic meeting quickly turned into a spectacle no one in the room saw coming.
White genocide in South Africa.
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer. It will, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us on around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be. He would not be with me. So it will take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
There's somebody here to turn that. I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
The original plan was simple. A friendly gathering between Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to discuss investment opportunities and economic cooperation. Standard stuff, right? But of course, subtlety and Trump are about as compatible as oil and water. Leave it to him to turn a routine conversation into headline news. Midway through the discussions, Trump dropped the now infamous white genocide comment, a conspiracy theory that's been publicly debunked more times than anyone can count. Studies, journalists, and even South African officials have consistently called it out as nonsense.
Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party. There is
nothing happens.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately, through criminal activity, are not only white people, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can take land.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer.
Yet there was Trump, confidently painting a picture of mass farmer killings in South Africa, to the disbelief of nearly everyone in the room. Forget economics or diplomacy. This meeting suddenly became a stage for Trump's theatrics. Here's where it got even more absurd. Trump wasn't just throwing out baseless claims. He was also implying South Africa's government endorsed the alleged violence. Ramaphosa, legendary for his composure, didn't take the bait. Without skipping a beat, he delivered a pointed response. Our Minister of Agriculture is alive and well. Thank you. Translation? Nice try, buddy, but this isn't Fox News. Ramaphosa's cool clapback might have shut Trump down for the moment, but by then it was too late. The damage was done. Trump's claim was global news, the kind tailor-made for conspiracy theorists to sink their teeth into. Whether Trump was trying to rile up his supporters or just went wildly off script, the timing couldn't have been worse, or more calculated. After all, these far-right narratives have an uncanny way of popping up when Trump feels cornered. And Musk, silent as a statue.
We had a lot of people. I must tell you, Mr. President, we have had a tremendous number of people, especially since they've seen this. Generally, they're white farmers, and they're fleeing South Africa.
There have been killings of white South Africans, but police statistics show they are not killed at a higher rate than other South Africans that Trump claimed showed evidence of genocide against white farmers. And while the South African government did pass a law permitting the government to take land without compensation, The process is subject to judicial review.
While Trump rambled, the billionaire tech mogul just sat there, stone-faced. Was he shocked? Or worse, complicit? Whether intentional or not, Musk's silence only added credibility to Trump's outrageous claims. More on that in just a second, but oh, the irony of how a photo op turned into a masterclass in spreading falsehoods without saying much at all. After Trump's bombshell, the spotlight turned towards Elon Musk. Picture this: a tech billionaire, born and raised in South Africa, sitting right there as Trump casually throws out a debunked conspiracy about Musk's home country. You'd think Musk, who never seems to hold back on Twitter, might have something to say. Instead, he went dead silent. Like, not even a raised eyebrow. It was so noticeable that people couldn't stop asking the one obvious question: why? Musk's position in that room wasn't just awkward. It was loaded. On one side, you've got Donald Trump, a former US president with a massive, loyal following. On the other, Cyril Ramaphosa, the leader of Musk's birth country, and someone who might influence future business opportunities for Tesla and Starlink. Musk was stuck between protecting his image, defending his home country, and keeping the peace with two powerful figures. That's one uncomfortable trifecta. But Musk's silence didn't just hang awkwardly in the air, it had weight. By saying nothing, he let Trump's words go completely unchallenged. This from the man who's constantly shouting about free speech and calling people out on social media. The irony practically writes itself. It's almost like Musk's entire persona, this free-speaking disruptor who champions truth, took the day off. Then there's the South Africa angle. Musk has openly criticized laws in South Africa that favor black citizens, claiming they're discriminatory against others. And in one interview, someone described Musk's family as being racist. This backdrop adds another layer to his silence. Did those criticisms make him hesitant to defend South Africa in that moment? Or was he worried about stirring up controversy that could hurt his public image? It's also hard to ignore the financial stakes. Ramaphosa's government could potentially open doors for Tesla, possibly with reduced tariffs. And let's not forget Trump supporters, a group Musk wouldn't want to alienate, especially since many of them spend cash on his companies. Maybe his silence wasn't about complicity, but about protecting his bottom line. Either way, the world noticed. Musk's silence wasn't just awkward, it was loud. This wasn't just another Trump controversy, it was a masterclass in how lies find their way into serious discussions and stick around long after the facts prove them wrong. The white genocide claim had no basis, yet Trump tossed it out like a cheap talking point, leaving others to pick up the mess. Musk's silence only made it worse. It's moments like this that remind us how dangerous silence can be when lies are loud. Next time someone in power pushes a falsehood, ask yourself, who's challenging it? Because in the battle against misinformation, silence isn't neutrality, it's complicity. Stay critical, always.